Hey everybody, I'm Crow, and welcome to the festive Link to the Past Winter Randomizer. I got into the Link to the Past Randomizer stuff lately because I found a channel on Twitch called Speed Gaming. And I'd never really watched anyone do randomizer runs. Like, I've seen Peanut Butter Gamer and people do it, but I've never actually tried it myself. And it's really easy to get. And there's a whole community of really cool people that do super interesting runs. And let me tell you, I've never cared about speed runs. But because every run is different, and you're not just doing the same exact thing every time, in the same order, it's actually been super interesting. So I was originally planning on doing this as a regular run, but like, right a few days ago, they put up this winter version. And I was like, that sounds super awesome. I hear Santa on the roof. Literally a Link to the Past, but Santa version. Now, there's this company whose name starts with an N, and I'm not sure because I've never played any of their games on YouTube before. So I'm not sure if they're going to be like, you need to take these videos down or we're going to sue you, so we're VV. Literally as little assets as possible. Oh. I guess that was an overlay thing. Never mind then. I watched one run of this as a daily race, but all of it was Christmas music. So I guess they don't actually overlay this game with Christmas music. I thought this was going to be way more super festive. Or maybe it's just because we're doing the escape sequence? Too much stuff to talk about in too little time. Basically, while I was trying not to die doing mountains of homework and doing all kinds of other stuff, all the stuff's frozen. This is Uncle assured. That means he still gives me a sword, even though it's randomized. God, where to even start? I guess I'm murdering these people. I actually like this game so much, I've only done 2 runs already, that I bought a controller for it. And let me tell you, that cut my time more than in half, because doing this game on a keyboard is pretty much impossible. So to actually say what this run is, it's basically as vanilla as it can get, despite the fact that it's a Christmas version. So this is normal, which means it has the maximum number of hearts and stuff as possible. Like, it's just basically normal game stuff. I can still get 20 hearts if I ran around and collected everything. There's the Christmas music. And I can still get the blue mail and the red mail, which reduce the amount of damage I take. And I can still get the butter sword, which is the 4th sword. There's the fighter sword, then the master sword, then the bacon sword, and then the butter sword. I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, good at this game. I just want to throw that out there. If you guys are expecting a super awesome speedrun, I already messed it up. People can beat this game in like sub 2 hours. My last run was like a little over 4. Granted, that one was an enemizer. This game is also standard, obviously, by us. I mean, not obviously. I don't even know if you guys know what the randomizer is. But there's 3 different modes that you can do when you start the game. There's open, which means once the game starts, you can just go in any direction. Standard means you actually have to go and save Princess Zelda and do the escape sequence in the beginning. And inverted means you start in the dark world. People actually coded the whole game, or rather recoded like everything, so that you could start in the dark world. And you have to take the portals to the light world. And there's a magic mirror that takes you back to this world, or to the dark world. So the dark world's actually your primary world that you're from, which I think is pretty fancy. In case you didn't know, the original game that this was A Link to the Past, which came out in 1991. Apologies, I'm still getting over being sick. I hope this doesn't sound awful. But, this was my favorite Zelda game. And then they found a way to make it even super awesomer, because now stuff's completely randomized. Anything could be in any chest, but there is still a provided logic, which is another thing to explain. Whenever you play through games, there's a logic intended by the game, and because how good they were at programming this, they actually managed to make a logic even though that there's randomized things. So while there could be anything, the game is still going to point you in a direction. Like, it could give me the Moon Pearl, which would let us go to the Dark World, because if we don't, we turn into something else. I don't actually know what Vivi turns into. There's like 150 characters you can pick from. See, look, we even get the peppermint things. Peppermints instead of hearts. Who needs hearts? Nobody. And... take that. I get the Master Key, we save the Princess. Princess gets saved. Another heart. I'm gonna do that thing where I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. I don't imagine these episodes are gonna be terribly long, but due to the nature of it being a slow run, I don't want to call it a speed run, but I also don't want to call it super terribly slow. A moderate speed run. Now, because that still has the word speed in it. A chill run. It's Christmas, it's chill. Cold outside. Even if you live in a desert. But due to the nature of that, it's probably going to take me like 4 or so hours to beat the game. I'm not actually... like, I know that everything's frozen, so I don't know that you actually need the flippers to beat the game. They replace them with snowshoes, which just make it so you don't slip and slide on them, but as far as I'm aware, you can still get into all the palaces and stuff. So... maybe we don't need that? Oh, that's right. Now I remember what I was talking about. Fantastic. It was the logic. So, like... there are rooms in this game that are dark, and there are a bunch of items that we could get to help us with that. Like, we only have bombs right now because you start the game with bombs, but there's like a lantern that you normally get in the beginning of the game. We would normally have it already if we were actually playing the base game. And what the lantern does is it makes it so that you can see in the dark, because there's basically a triangle around you that lights up, and then the whole rest of the room is just black. So until you get the lantern, even if you get any other kind of fire source, it doesn't light you up like the lamp does. So until you find the lamp, it is not in logic to go into any of the dark rooms. You could just memorize the layout of the rooms or look up online help or whatever, and if you're super good, you never need the lamp. Unless you don't have the fire rod for a light source, because light sources typically are required. This effect right here, you get it by default for the escape sequence, just because it's very likely you won't have the lamp by now, and they don't want to mess you up. They added lots of little things that are nice. If I remember right, there's actually a chest over here, wasn't there? You do have to kill the rats first. I'm already lost. Literally cleared this game twice already. I mean, I cleared the original one more. There it was. I still feel like murdering these rats. I don't know if you have to light all those. I remember there being a chest in here one time that I missed. No, I think it was at a fork in the road. There should be snakes here. They're Christmas snakes. They eat... the winter version even puts Santa hats and stuff on them. There's so many cool effects with this. And in case I haven't plugged them enough already, I don't know if you guys even really care too much about Twitch stuff, but that is actually a pretty good way to kill time, and they do a lot of stuff. They've got 9 different channels. There's Speed Gaming 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they've got a Spanish version, a French version, and a German version, if English isn't your first language. And if you go and talk to them, for any of the games that they play, they have Discord versions, so they basically broke down their channel into the games that you're interested in. Like, Speed Gaming has a bunch of stuff, but they also have just a link to the past Discord. And the link to the past Discord will have help people who are just volunteers and just people chilling. And they'll help you set up your game. And they'll also give you advice and stuff. You can ask for help playing the game so you don't get stuck or anything. It's pretty cool. Everybody's all really nice, and I enjoy it a lot. Just figured I'd plug them. I'd give you the link to the Discord so that you could start, but I don't know. I'm terrible at Discord. I don't honestly know what the link is, or how to link it. Everybody just gives me a link, and then I press the button, and I can talk to people. I'm really bad at everything. And a link to the past randomizer, apparently. I mean, my first run. Granted, it is like impossible to play this game without a controller. I gotta show you all a picture of it at some point. You know what? I'll take a picture of my controller after this run, and I'll put it up right now. So you see, that was my controller. It's called iBuffalo. I don't actually know what the rest of it is, because it was really long. was like BFSRD, so something, I don't know, it was really long. It was just basically a bunch of random letters and numbers. But it is heaven. Why can I not hit you? You deny my existence. There we go. And it was only $13 on Amazon. It wasn't even on sale. Art piece. 300 rupees. The map to the... Okay, whatever. So we're getting lots of life, but we're not actually getting any items. I think this is the first time, and by first time I mean of this making my third ever run of a randomizer, that I didn't get anything from the escape sequence. Tell me there's something in the chest over here. Actually, now that I think about it, does anyone own Christmas songs? Are these copyrighted songs? They're 8-bit versions, so hopefully no one notices. I don't monetize these videos. I just don't want to find out that it's like, oh, this video was taken down because someone said you tried to steal Christmas. I'm not stealing Christmas, I'm spreading it. I don't think I ever actually got to that point, too, because I'm all over the place and had so many different things I wanted to talk about. But the reason that we're Vivi is because Vivi is the best Black Mage from the best Final Fantasy. Enough said. I think we can... You know what? I gotta go look at this frozen stuff. No, wait. Can we even get up there? I think we need... That's right. I should also explain before I forget because I'm bad at this. Can you see my cursor? You can see my cursor. There's reindeer in the 3 dungeons instead. Instead, normally what you would do is there'd be a blue pendant here, I believe. A red pendant here. And a green pendant up here on Mount Hera. Wait, I think that's backwards. I'm pretty sure Mount Hera was red for some reason. But green was the important one, so I thought I went up here. It doesn't matter, there's 3 pendants. They've been turned into baubles in this mode. 2 of them don't do anything, the green thing potentially gets you an item. And then you would go to the Dark World, and you'd get 7 crystals with maidens in them. And their power would let you open Ganon's tower so that we could fight the super big bad guy. Well, this time, the super big bad guy stole all of Santa's reindeer. Of which there are 8 instead of 9 because Rudolph isn't... He got fired or something, I don't know. So there's like 8 of them? So we're going to have to do all but 2 dungeons because it's not an all dungeons run. It's just a Ganon defeat run. And I say this very slowly as I'm looking around considering the places we could go to. You know what? One of my favorite things to do is to come over here to Kakariko Village because there's so many item drops. Let's just go to Kakariko Village first. The mitts, or at least the gloves, are like some of the best items that you can get for just being able to go around. Because there's a ton of different items in this game, but there's like 4 special items that go down there on the bottom. Might even be... Oh, no, I know. Oh, yeah, because they replaced the flippers. So we're going to get the Moon Pearl. Hi, person. The Moon Pearl, the boots... God, I can't think now. Did I just screw that up? I think I actually just screwed that up. I wasn't even thinking. I was supposed to push this over, push that one. Oh my god, I'm awful. I'm not normally... Oh my god, that's exactly what I was just talking about. We have the gloves. Alright, so I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to go back down and I'm going to reset this because I'm awful at this. And I want to open them all in one swooping motion. One swoop. Swoop of Christmas cheer. Okay, so I'm going to push this down, then I'm going to push this over, then I'm going to push this down, then I'm going to push this down, then I'm going to push this over, then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to push this up, and then I'm going to push this over. Because that's how people do it online, and they're better than me. So by doing the things that they do, I become better. Alright, so we got a bottle, which pretty much like any other kind of game of this genre, owned by this company that is remaining unnamed. You could put potions in the bottle, or you could put fairies, or you could put bees. Let's go drop a hundo over here. For 100 rupees, he's supposed to give you a bottle in the base game. He's, not doing that. He gave us nothing. I said that and then immediately forgot what he gave me. Probably bombs or something. Something completely unnoticeable. A big 20. So there's 200 and... God, I forgot the exact number. There's like 216 item locations in this game where you could randomly get stuff. That's the wrong house. Where's the sick kid at? Quick, give me directions while I'm recording the video. Here it is. So the sick kid, for some reason, really wants to see a bottle, and we have a bottle now. Normally, he gives you the bug net so you can catch fairies. But he gave me the lamp. Why did you have the lamp? I'm not going to question it. That puts all of the dark rooms in the game in what is considered to be logic. Because while you can go through the rooms, if you're good enough, by memorizing them in the dark, the game will never ask you to actually do that. So it is not considered in logic, which logic basically just means the game's intended path based on the items that it gives you. Because, yeah, the items are randomly placed, but they're kind of given to you in a way where you will be able to beat the game. So, oh man, I walked into, oh. Get bombed. Walk into it. Yeah. I think I actually killed him with the sword and the bomb was worthless, but I wanted to do it anyway. This reminds me, I can come up here and we can drop down the thingy. Gloves actually does a decent bit for us. Moon Pearl, I knew it. These three things are typically put to... 3? Right, the lantern lets you see in the dark, which you need to get up Death Mountain. The gloves you cannot get to Death Mountain without, and the Moon Pearl makes it so that you can, not turn into whatever Vivi turns into in the Dark World. Just money. So that does mean that we're probably going to have to go up to the Tower of Hera decently early. Because we don't have the hammer. I apologize for leaving y'all kind of in the dark with this. There's only so much I could actually explain about this, because it's not like the official game. It's a modified version. Like, they even took out all of the dialogue, because this is the Japanese version. So whenever you talk to people, they're just like, hey, sup, bruh? Instead of, like, the original dialogue. Which, honestly, I think is even funnier. So we've got all of this stuff. So let me see what... No, that's not the right button. I have the controller and I still hit the wrong button. Got everything in here. There's 2 checks we could do in the woods. So why don't we do that? And then I really want to see... If we can get to 500 rupees, we'll go check Zora. Because I have the gloves, so we can go up there now. And I'm interested to see. So next time, we'll start at the woods. Hopefully this is okay. It took a lot of effort to get those cheap stock image trees on the right and the left, because actual editing, recording, overlay stuff, I don't know if it's been apparent by my never having really done anything, but I am not good at them, so I actually had to look up how to do that. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and all them other things. Later, everybody.